Hello everyone, welcome back to another Vectornator tutorial. I am your host, Elias Sarantopoulos. Vectornator is one of the best vector apps to use on your tablet. And this tutorial teaches you ways and tools how to draw and create your next vector artwork. So let's dive into learning different techniques and get you started with Vectornator. So we are going to start this off by adding some guides to our document and use them as a reference in order to create our initial curve path. So inside Vectornator, when you want to create, for example, a vertical guide, all you have to do is just tap on top of the rulers and create one. Now we can just move this around. And in the event that you want to remove a guide, all you have to do is just tap and swipe up and the guide gets removed. I'm going to tap again to create another vertical guide. Same story applies to the horizontal guides. Go ahead and create one. Again, we can reposition this. And if we swipe to the left, for example, the guide gets removed. Okay, so we're going to add a bunch of guides here and reposition these guides for a reference. Something along those lines, okay? And talking about a curve path, the best tool to use is the pen tool. So inside the toolbar, go ahead and tap on the pen tool. I'm going to pinch to zoom in, and then I'm going to tap and drag to create the first smooth point. Now this is a smooth point because it has two control handles. At the same time, I'm going to tap two fingers on the canvas so I can control this. I constrain the movement to 45-degree increment. Release that. Tap and drag, tap two fingers on the canvas to do the same. Perhaps around here, I'm going to tap and drag to create a curved path. And then right here underneath, I'm going to tap and drag. This is not done yet, but this is a good beginning. Now we're going to tap on the very last node to remove one of the control handles. And then perhaps come around here, tap and drag. Tap to finger the canvas to create a nice curved path. All right, good beginning, but we still have a little work to do. Couple of things we don't need. We're going to tap on the navigation bar. We're going to tap to expand it and tap on the gear icon to go inside the document settings. In this case, I'm going to toggle off the visibility of the rulers. There we go. In addition, inside the layers panel, I'm going to toggle off the visibility of the guides, okay? Which gives us the chance here to just focus on this curved path. So for that, inside the toolbar, we're going to go ahead and use the node tool, which is this one. First of all, I'm going to select those two nodes, marquee select, and just move them a bit. Then I'm going to concentrate on this area here. Now, if you notice, when I move things around, it snaps to guides and smart guides and so on. So in this case, back on the document settings and are the snapping options here, I'm just going to turn those off for a second. So I have the freedom to have a nice curved path without any snapping options. I think that looks pretty good, right? Okay, let's say we go with that. Let's go back to the snapping options here. Smart guides on and snap to guides on as well. Now I'm going to select the selection tool and marquee select the curve. Once we do that, Vectornator immediately presents us with 4 different modes inside the context toolbar. The first mode is the multi-selection mode. The second mode is the duplicate mode. The third mode is the rotation mode. And the fourth is the scale mode. In this case, because we want to duplicate our path, we're going to tap on the duplicate mode and then tap and drag to create one, like so. Now don't forget, this is important to tap again on the duplicate mode so you don't accidentally keep creating duplicates after duplicates after duplicates, okay? All right, now inside the Arrange Inspector, we're going to flip this vertically. There you go. That looks pretty good, right? Now we're going to marquee select those two with the selection tool. And inside the path inspector, we're going to go ahead and join those two paths, like so. Nice, okay. So we're going to marquee select this with the selection tool. Again, I'm going to tap on the duplicate mode, tap and drag to create one duplicate. I'm going to tap again on the duplicate mode to disable it. Inside the arrange inspector, I'm going to flip this horizontally this time, and then marquee select those two. And inside the path inspector, we're going to go ahead and join those two paths, like so. I liked what I see quite a bit. I mean, there's always room to improve, of course. Let's go ahead and center this a bit. But I want to make it a little larger, so I'm going to tap on the fourth mode, the scale mode. And all I have to do is just tap and drag. You see that? Very easy. And scale this up. Again, don't forget to tap again on the scale mode to disable it. So let's go ahead and continue this by creating more curves. But this time I'm going to get the assistance of another tool. So inside the toolbar, go ahead and tap on the rectangle tool. And inside the context menu, tap on the three dots and tap on the spiral tool. Spiral tool actually can do a lot of great stuff. So in this case, let's say I'm going to tap and drag to create a spiral like this. But the whole trick is once you go to the style inspector, it's all about the decay. Now the decay value affects the radius of each succeeding segment. It is measured in percentage. There we go. You see that? So let's go something perhaps 80%, or actually let me go down to 75. There we go. So the larger the number is, the more uniform the spiral is. Okay, so I like what I see. I'm going to tap on the selection tool. I'm going to rotate this a bit. Move this out of the way. As for this one here, I'm going to toggle off its visibility temporarily, so I can just work on that. All right, so I have this one. I'm going to make a duplicate, so I'm going to tap on the duplicate mode. Tap and drag, there you go. Tap again on the duplicate mode. Rotate this. Bring this up. And if you notice, I'm trying to align the top edge with the bottom edge, like that. You see that? Because I want to connect those two. Then with the node tool, first of all, I'm going to select that node, and up on the action bar, I'm going to tap on the trash icon to remove it. This I will keep. How about this one? Well, let's keep this as well. Okay, let's make sure again this lines up. There we go. So in order to continue, we're going to tap on the very last node. There we go. But then I want to continue this curve path. So the way you do it is just, all you have to do is just tap on the pen tool. And now you're ready to continue. So I'm just going to tap right across like so. See that? Perfect. This is not connected, but the other one is. So with the selection tool, we're going to marquee select those two. Again, under the path inspector, we're going to join those two paths, like so. All right. Now, by all means, this is not finished. So I can actually remove that. So tap on that node with the node tool, and then again up on the action bar, go ahead and remove that. Tap on that node, and as you can see, this is a smooth point. So I can drag those handles up. See how nice it is? This one, I can do that, but then I have a problem on this end. So I'm just going to remove that as well. Then I'm going to concentrate on that only. Look at this. It's just beautiful. You see? Very nice curve. All right. All right, so let's toggle on the visibility of the other curve. Let me bring this up just a bit. So I'm going to concentrate on that. I'm going to tap on the scale tool. Size it down a bit. Tap again on the scale tool so you don't keep scaling. And let's let's see, we're going to rotate that. Put it right there. There we go. So again, we're going to duplicate this. So tap again on the duplicate mode, tap and drag. There you go. Tap again to disable the duplicate mode. Inside the arrange inspector, I'm going to flip this horizontally. And I think that looks pretty good, right? There you go. That's with the help of the spiral tool. We're able to create some nice curves. Perhaps I can move those down a bit. Something along those lines, okay? Now that we've finished drawing our curves, I will rename layer 1 to, I'm going to tap on that, original, hit enter return, and I will duplicate it in case I need the original curves, since we will be making some modifications. So in order to duplicate the original layer, all I have to do inside Vectornator is swipe to the left, and now we are presented with 3 icons. The one in the middle is the duplicate button, so you want to tap on that. And of course, I'm going to rename original copy to WIP for work in progress. As for the original, I'm going to toggle off its visibility and at the same time lock it so I don't accidentally move anything. All right, now we need another layer here, so I'm going to tap on the new layer icon. There we go. So for that, I'm going to select the rectangle tool. I'm going to tap and drag to create one. And inside the style inspector, no need for a stroke, but for a fill, I'm just going to use this color. All right. And instead of layer 1, again, let's go ahead and rename these to BG for background. So I'm going to tap and bring this under the WIP layer, okay? And at the same time, I'm going to lock it so I don't accidentally move anything. All right, great. Now, one thing here, actually a couple of things here. First of all, I'm going to select this curve here, and I'm going to make a duplicate out of it. So up in the action bar, tap the copy icon, and then tap to paste. Here's the curve. I'm going to tap and drag this, bring it under here. All right. Temporarily, I'm going to toggle off the visibility and just focus on this for a second. And for now, what I'm going to do is just change its color and change the stroke width from 1 to, let's say, 4 points. Let's see, how about the other ones? I will do the same for these 2 guys here. Change the stroke color to be the same and the stroke width to 4, at least for now anyway. All right. Now we will concentrate on this curved path and create a kind of a variable width. And since Vectornator as of now does not have a dedicated function for that, we can still go around it using the path outline. So I'm going to tap on the path inspector, and under the path category, I'm going to go ahead and tap on the outline mode here. All right. So now let's go ahead and tap on the node tool. I'm going to pinch to zoom in. In this case, we want to tap inside the inside path, the fill, I should say, path. There we go. And because I know that I'm going to be moving this node and this node and this node, what I'm going to do is, if you want to select more than one node, again, tap on the multi-selection mode, tap on that node, and tap on that node. Now I can move this manually, right? Or, let's do this again, or I can use the joystick, as you can see in here. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. I think that's enough. Then I'm going to tap on this node, remove it, tap on that node and remove it, just because we don't need it. And then I'm going to select this node and use this control handle to make the curve flowing. There we go. I think that looks good. We're going to concentrate on this end. Now, since we know the plan already, I'm going to tap on this node, remove it, tap on that node, remove it, and then tap on the multi-selection mode. Tap to select this node, and this node. And then again, with this joystick, we're going to tap 8 times on the up arrow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. Tap to disable the multi-selection mode. I'm going to concentrate on this curve here. All right, perhaps it's a little more. There we go. I'm going to concentrate on that one and create something along those lines. Here you go. I think it looks pretty good. We do have a variable width here. Of course, you can spend time on this and refine it more and more. Now that we finished working with this curve, we're going to go ahead and lock it. So go ahead and tap on the lock icon so we don't accidentally move it. And then concentrate on the one right above it, which is this curve, which is the identical curve. In this case, I'm going to toggle on its visibility, right? And then I'm going to tap on the scale mode and just slightly bring this in. All right, then I'm going to tap on the scale mode again to disable it. And this time I want to scale this manually. But first I need to go under the document settings and under the snapping options. I'm going to disable the smart guides and the snap to guides just temporarily, of course. And then I'm going to do this manually here. Bring this in here. And this one there. Right. Almost there. I'm looking at both edges, both right and left edges. Then that looks, very decent. All right. So I'm okay with that. I'm just going to, again, have the smart guides on and the snap to guides as well. All right. And then let's see, let's go inside the style inspector. I will definitely change the stroke color to perhaps something brighter. And then I'm going to up the stroke width to 2. And you know what? I'm going to add some dashes. So let's go for like 4. 4 looks okay, but perhaps 5 looks better. So I think I'm going to go for 5. In addition, let's go ahead and use a fill color. And that looks pretty good, I believe. There you go. Now, since I know that I'm finished working with the work in progress layer, I'm going to go ahead and lock it so I don't accidentally move it. And at the same time, I'm going to toggle off its visibility and concentrate on my next artwork. And talking about the next artwork, let's go ahead and tap on the new layer icon to create a new layer, which I'm going to rename to leaves. And let's go ahead and create some leaves. So for that, I'm going to use the ellipse tool. I'm just going to tap and drag to create an elliptical shape. All right. Okay. Now I'm going to switch to the node tool and I'm going to marquee select this node. Now just make sure that you're inside the style inspector. Every time you select a node, then Vectornator presents you with the different node types. In this case, this node is an asymmetric node. And if you want to learn more about the node tool and its functions, go ahead and watch the Vectornator Understanding the Node Tool lecture, which goes in detail about the node tool. And it's linked down below the video description. In any case, this node is an asymmetric node, and I want to convert this to a corner node, which is this function right here, the first node type. And I will do the same thing for the bottom one. I'm going to tap on that. And with the selection tool, I'm just going to bring this in just a tad. There we go. All right. All right. Now let's go ahead and tap on the pen tool. Tap here perhaps and there. There we go. And with the selection tool, I'm going to tap on the duplicate mode. I'm going to create a duplicate. Tap again on the duplicate mode to disable it. And under the Arrange Inspector, I'm going to flip this horizontally. Now I want to make sure that this sits right at the center. There we go. Then I'm going to marquee select those two with the selection tool. And again, under the path inspector, I'm going to go ahead and join those two paths. Great. Now I need two more of these guys. So I'm going to tap again on the duplicate mode. One here and perhaps the other one here. Now I did this on purpose and I want to show you why. I'm going to marquee select those three paths here. And then under the arrange inspector and inside the alignment, first of all, I'm going to make sure that this is aligned center, but also they're distributed correctly in the space vertically and horizontally equally. So for that, I'm going to tap on this one and on this one. See that? No, very handy. All right, so we need one more part. I'm going to tap on the pen tool, tap here and tap there. And now with the node tool, I'm going to make sure this sits right at the center. And this one sits right in the center as well. There you go. Now, all these straight segments are paths that can be edited, but I want to turn everything into a single shape. So with the selection tool, I'm just going to marquee select everything. And talking about paths, under the path inspector, I'm going to go ahead and use again the outline function. That's first step. Then again with the selection tool, I'm going to marquee select those paths here. And then we're going to use the very first Boolean operation, which is the unite Boolean operation. And now I turn all of these into a single larger shape. Here it is. Now we're going to marquee select everything again with this selection tool. And then again, we're going to use another Boolean operation, which is the divide Boolean operation, which is this one right here. The divide Boolean operation separates selected and overlapping components of objects into individual objects. I did this because I want to start removing these parts. See that? What if you just select them and remove them like so. Then with the selection tool, I'm going to marquee select everything. And again, we're going to use the very first Boolean operation, which is the unite, to have one single larger shape like so. Now to complete this, let's go ahead and create a couple of more petals here on the side. Again, the process is exactly the same. I'm just going to do this a bit faster here and create these side leaves. Put one here, tap on that, create a duplicate, and let's flip this horizontally. Now I'm going to select the multi-selection mode, select those two, and perhaps I'm going to scale them up. So I'm going to tap on the scale mode, scale them up, and just bring them in. There you go. And at the same time, let's not forget under the path inspector again, we use the outline function as we did with the previous ones. I think that looks good, right? Proportionally, that looks okay. Marquee select everything with the selection tool. And under the arrange inspector, I'm going to go ahead and group those together. And under the layers panel here, I'm going to toggle on the visibility of the work in progress layer. All right, so I'm going to move this into place, rotate it. And you know what? Definitely scale it down. This is quite big. So I'm going to tap on the scale mode here, scale this down, perhaps even more. I think that looks pretty decent. All right, now I'm going to select that one, tap on the duplicate mode, bring this up, tap again on duplicate mode to disable it, and then just rotate this. All right, same story, select this and the other one. And I'm going to tap on the multi-selection mode, tap on the duplicate mode, tap and drag. There we go. and then rotate these like so. There you go. 4 leaves on all sides. So we also finished with the leaves. So I'm just going to go ahead and lock the layer here. And then I'm just going to tap on the new layer icon, which I'm going to rename this to balloon. For the balloon, I'm going to actually take advantage of Vectornator's free service called Iconator. Now, Iconator is a gallery of 80,000 icons inside Vectornator that can be used for free for all your projects. So in this case, you want to tap on the plus icon, which is the import tab, and then tap on the very bottom, which says Iconator. Here, just tap to do your search. In this case, it will be balloon. And as you can see, we have a lot of different results here. So I'm just going to tap on the third option, which is the heart balloon. All you have to do is just tap once, okay? So in this case, I'm just going to zoom in here. I'm going to tap on the node tool. And all I want to do is basically tap on that node, delete it, and then just bring this here. Kind of have this kind of tapered edge. Okay, so I'm going to marquee select this, and under the arrange inspector, I'm just going to group them and just place it there, I guess. Rotate it a bit and perhaps size this up like so. Now, how about adding some text to our vector graphic? For that, we will import a custom font. So let us go ahead and add it to the font library. So I'm going to go ahead on the top left corner. I'm going to tap on the X icon to close the Vectornator file that I'm working on. I'm going to tap on the settings icon, tap on the font library, and then tap on the cloud icon. Now, in my case, I have already synced the fonts through the file sharing option using iTunes, but I do provide directions how to sync your files for both PC and Mac below the video description. Now, from here on, I'm just going to tap one of the fonts to load it in, and then tap Done, tap on the gallery, and then tap on the file that you're working on. Great. Now for that, I'm just going to create a new layer here. I'm just going to tap on the new layer icon. There you go. And we're going to go ahead and use the text tool. So I'm going to tap on that, and I'm going to tap and drag to create a text field. And I'm going to type my message. In this case, save the date, for example. All right, great. Now inside the style inspector, I'm going to go ahead and find the font that I loaded in. There you go. I'm going to increase the font size. And then let's see, I believe that's probably okay. And one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tap where it says fit bound to text size. And the bounding box basically will resize to that of your text. All right, so let's see, what else can we do? I do gonna change the color of the text, right? And then let's see. Let me pinch to zoom in a bit. I'm gonna move this out of the way a bit. And let me unlock it, bring it out of the way, center this. There we go. And maybe I can have this around there. All right, something along those lines. There you go. We reached the last step of this Vectornator tutorial. It is time to export our work. So for that, I'm going to tap on the document settings, tap on the export icon, and inside the export inspector, we are presented with several export options. So if I were to send this to the printer, I would choose the PDF option. That will print the vector art perfectly fine. Another great option here is the SVG export option. SVG stands for Scalable Vector Graphics, especially if you are planning to export your vector graphic in other vector applications. So inside the SVG export dialog window, we also have the choice to create outlines from text. Well, that all depends, of course, where you're sending your work. And then all you have to do is just tap to save. Thank you everyone for spending time with me. Let me know if you have any questions below the comments section. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and share the knowledge.